you ain't working, you ain't got no job, Tommy, right? For those of you who like the show Martin, that's his like favorite thing. So he busts in, you ain't got no job, Tommy. I'm like, babe, I totally have a job. I'm working right now. So that meeting is overlapping with me taking my son to school. Sometimes if we're a little late, I got like my AirPods in and I am that mom like doing Zoom while taking the kid to school or whatever. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats truly and do all the things. And I help you do this because I'm passionate about helping you turn your success story into a 6 or 7 figure personal coaching brand. And I laugh when I think about this because literally as I'm recording this video, guess what? We'll have to time this because your girl's got to go pick up her son from school, which is a perfect, situation for what this video is about, which is about my routine, my daily routine as a 7-figure CEO in my business. So I get a lot of questions about what does your life look like? What does your day-to-day look like? Hopefully you're following me on Instagram, CourtneyLSanders on Instagram, because I post a lot of the behind the scenes of my life on my stories. But honestly, I feel like my life is like pretty boring on a day-to-day basis. I'm working from home, hanging out with the kids, working with clients, getting things done. But I figured I would give you a play-by-play and then after, go get my son because we are literally in the midst of what a day in my life actually looks like. So let's get into it. All right, the first thing that I like to do is open up my day with prayer and Bible reading. So as soon as I get out, I go into my closet. I'm actually really excited about my closet. In one of these videos, I have to take you back there because I'm currently having it redone and I'm really turning it into a little she shed. So it's turned into like a she shed slash, prayer closet, but I'll go in there and I'll do my prayers. I love the Bible Project app on my phone. So I'll pull that up. It's really cool. It like not only just allows you to read and stay on track, but it really breaks down the concepts and context of a lot of different biblical passages. And so, I'll read that and just meditate on that and just think about, okay, what does this mean for me today? Like, how can I apply this to my day-to-day life? Like, what is God really trying to say to me today? So I love to start off my day that way. And then I move into the next thing on my day. All right. And the next thing that I do is take my son to school. So by this time, my nanny has arrived. We're getting him dressed in together. She's fixing breakfast. And then he's, downstairs bopping around, eating his food, listening to music, playing around with the nanny. I'm kind of back and forth, maybe trying to catch up, get a little work done before I have to get in the car. But really, this is like the time to get my son out the door. Because if you, let him stall too long, he will grab every toy in the house and try to take it with him to school. So by this point, we are corralling him. Kind of feels like herding cats, but we're getting him into the car and taking him off to school. And usually on my way back from dropping him off at school and getting into the house, I am on the phone, literally on Zoom, doing my daily stand-up. So I have a daily stand-up in the morning with my team. It has to be at this time because I have teams all over the world. So I have an instructional design team in South Africa, content writer in South Africa, project manager in South Africa, executive assistant in Florida, video editors in London, and operations manager in Singapore, and then graphic designers and virtual assistants in the Philippines. So we're literally all over the place. Sometimes my enrollment coordinator comes on. She's in Europe, like so many different time zones that we're managing. And that like one little window in the morning is like early enough in the evening for the people for whom it's nighttime. And it's just early enough for people in the morning for those of us where it's morning, but it's still pretty early. So usually that meeting is overlapping with me taking my son to school. Sometimes if we're a little late, I got like my AirPods in and I am that mom like doing Zoom while taking the kid to school or whatever. But usually I have the meeting in the car on the way back. And then hopefully I can catch the rest of the meeting. I'm like rushing in, getting into my office, switching from Zoom to my computer, and then finishing up the rest of the meeting that way. So by that time, the meeting is over, and then I'm able to sit down and really plan out my day. So I talked about this in detail about how to actually achieve your goals for 2023, some of the techniques that I do. But one of the techniques that I do is I actually schedule the day. And here's the thing, I only like to schedule the day either the night before, if I'm really ahead of it, or in the actual morning. And so what I'll look is I'll put up my Google Calendar and I'll see the meetings that I have for the day. Obviously my day is buffeted by when I have to take my son to school and when I have to pick him up, if there's any evening activities that I have going on, and I look at the actual free space in my day. And so based on the tasks that came out of that daily meeting with my team during that daily stand-up, plus other tasks that I might still be finishing, client work, etc., I start to plug things in on my calendar and really order my day before I do anything else. So took my son to school, had my daily meeting. Now I'm ordering my day so that I know what I need to be working on. And now that I know what I need to be working on, I just knock out those tasks in order of priority. So I always prioritize everything, and I prioritize it based on which project is the most important. And I determine which project is most important based on which goal it's attached to. So it could be connected to a goal in my business or a goal in my personal life, but I'm looking at, okay, these are the projects that we're trying to move forward. These are the high priority projects. Therefore, the tasks that come out of those projects are the high priority tasks, and those are the ones that I am scheduling. And so the high priority tasks, I try to get those done earlier in the day, just in case a meeting runs over or my time starts to get short. At the end of the day, I'm like knocking out the most important things first. So by this time, I'm putting my music on. Again, my son's at school, my nanny is here with my daughter, and we're just like, I'm just banging out work. Usually around noon, my husband comes home for lunch, so he comes in, you know, to harass me. He likes to joke like, you ain't working, you ain't got no job, Tommy, right? For those of you who like the show Martin, that's his like favorite thing. So he busts in, you ain't got no job, Tommy. I'm like, babe, I totally have a job, I'm working right now. So he comes home for lunch. We'll usually heat up something and have lunch together. I'll connect with him, what's going on with you, what's going on at work. Have about an hour to kind of like chit chat with him, and then he's back off to the races at his job, and then I'm back off to the races trying to finish as much as I can get done, just like I'm doing right now with this video, before the buzzer runs out and I have to go pick up my son from school. So by now I'm hopping back in the car, I'm racing back to the school to pick up my son, and I'm bringing him in. And so he goes upstairs, and usually they're doing lessons with my nanny, so she'll do, you know, reading and lessons and things. And then I'm changing into my workout gear, and usually around this time is when I like to work out. So I like to do this in the like late afternoon, like just before early evening, because I find that my energy has dipped by this point anyway. And when I tried to like force myself to just keep working through this time period, I was always goofing off and kind of like daydreaming, and I just realized that my energy just wasn't here during this little lull in the day. So I figured, well, let's get our energy up. So that tends to be a good time for me to get my workout done. So I am a Peloton junkie. I'm one of those Peloton people. I have a Peloton in my office, so I will change into my workout clothes, and I will typically do a 30-minute ride or weightlifting. I'll do some abs, some stretching, so about 45 minutes of working out, take a shower, change back into comfy clothes, and then for about an hour or so, I'm trying to knock out any last remaining like admin task, any final to-dos. And by that time, I want to let the nanny go home, right? She's like, can I go home? I'm like, yes, okay. So she starts cleaning up and straightening up, and then I try to spend some time with my kids, right? So they've been home, my son would be home from school for about an hour, hour and a half. At this point, maybe 2 hours. You know, my daughter has been with the nanny all day, so by this time, we're just reconnecting. I'm asking my son how school was. We're playing games upstairs, and basically we're just getting ready for dinner. And so by this time, then we're heating up dinner. Hopefully my husband is home by this time. Sometimes he comes in a little later, but you know, we're heating up dinner. As I mentioned before in previous videos when I talked about my home team, I do have a meal prep chef that will prep meals throughout the week. That way I don't have to cook during the week, which is really amazing. And so she would have previously cooked a bunch of things. So we're just going in the refrigerator, pulling those meals up and heating them in the microwave or the air fryer or wherever they go. And then we are enjoying dinner as a family. And so after dinner, if it's not too late, maybe a bit more playtime with the kids, and then it's that bed and bath time. So all my parents know what this is like. This tends to be drawn out, especially with my 4-year-old, because he's like, you know, trying to figure out ways to not go to bed. So I'm getting him together, getting my daughter together, you know, bottles, heating them up, doing all that. I'm putting my daughter down, then reading a story with my son, putting him down, doing the whole bedtime routine. And so by this time, it is nighttime. Finally, all the kids are in bed. And then at this point, I don't like to be in my office anymore. So I am like done for the day, sorta. So I come here to my living room. That's actually where I am recording this. Usually my husband will have either like a YouTube video that he's watching that he's broadcasting to the TV, or a Netflix show that we both watch together, or a Prime show or something like that. So we both get our, you know, snacks, you know, popcorn, or for me, I like a little coffee and espresso in the evening. I know that's weird. Like, why are you drinking espresso at night? But hey, it's just a thing that I've picked up. So I'm drinking my little espresso or having a little dessert, a little popcorn, a little snack, and I'm sitting down with hubby, and we're just kind kind of enjoying the evening. If he's got like football on or something that I don't really watch, I will sneak and pull up, say, my iPad or my laptop and knock out another hour of work if there was any remaining like tasks that I didn't get to finish or if meetings ran over. But hopefully there's no work, and then I can just focus on reading. And so I really love reading and taking notes. So usually I'm reading a good book, whether it's like an audio book or something on my Kindle or a physical book. By that time, it's time to go to bed. So go to bed, go to sleep, and then wake up and do it all again. And so that is my day. And yeah, with that, I gotta run and go pick up my son from school. So hopefully you really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and like it. Make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel if you're not. Also make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast. And if you can't wait to my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure that you are following me on Instagram at CourtneyLSanders. And with that, I gotta get out of here. I'll see you in the next video. It's mom to go get her kid from school. Bye.